It is my 100th episode of the podcast. I got my brand new Dan and Shay t-shirt on. Bigger houses. I saw Dan and Shay, I saw Ben Rector, and I saw Haley Whiters at the United Center last Friday with a childhood family friend. The night was so perfect. I got to touch Shay. I think I just barely missed Dan. Anyway, that's besides the point. Also, my little syringe pen from Joseph, our sacred music director. This is my fidget, which I guess I don't really need a fidget because I have the podcast mic in my hand. It is my 100th podcast episode. We finally made it to 100 episodes. Sorry, I've got YouTube over here. I've got podcast over here. I need to figure out a setup where I can have both at the same time. So I'm just gonna be looking back and forth. It is also my 2-year podcast anniversary, so happy birthday to Your Gravy. It is the end of season 3 and the start of season 4, which is perfect timing. As this anniversary was coming closer, I really tried to kind of line everything up. So the end of season 3, 100 years, ha! Not yet. 100 episodes, 2 years, end of season 3, beginning of season 4, and to celebrate this, we are changing our name. My mom and dad and Gabri kind of spoiled it. We are changing our name. Should we tell you what the name is officially? Drum roll, please. Gather round the table. It's the same great content. We're just getting a facelift. Another thing to celebrate all this is I scheduled a photo shoot at the beginning of April with a lovely photographer from church. I am still such a huge fan of my original photographer that I had probably about 2 years ago now. Shout out to Grace. Keep supporting different photographers, keep supporting different people, and with our 3-year St. Mary's church anniversary, it was just perfect to kind of celebrate more people from church. I feel like I'm covering up the Dan and Shay logo. I am stunned. We got a phenomenal guest who I am interviewing at the beginning of April as well. I'm just stunned that this girl said yes. So you guys can expect that as we jumpstart into season 4. It's just so much bravery, getting up courage, because now we've kind of talked to kind of ish people in our circles, and it's now time. 2 years later, you got to start breaking out and expanding and networking and all of the things, right? I am so eternally grateful for every single one of you who listened to every single episode, or one episode, or somewhere in between. This year reached 1,000 plus plays. We accomplished that end of December, beginning of January. So that was amazing. Thank you all so much for helping me get to 1,000 plays. It's just getting harder and harder to get monetized with podcasts. I thought it was going to be really easy, and it was super easy in the beginning, and then it just kept getting harder and harder. So I did finally be able to cash out. I got $5 for podcasting, but I don't know when the next time I'll be able to cash out is. Reaching 1,000, whether you're monetized, whether you're not monetized, is a big accomplishment, a big milestone in my opinion. When I first started my podcast, we did a couple of unofficial episodes. I didn't even announce it. I didn't promote it. But by the grace of God, I temporarily had a coach to help keep me accountable. I found this girl from Canada, so shout out to Jess. And yeah, she had a podcast too, Selfish Confidence, wherever you listen to podcasts. And on Instagram, she's also under Selfish Confidence, or Jess Clark. She just knew so much about podcasting and was a little ahead of me, so she just poured down her wisdom upon me. The podcast wouldn't be where it is today without Jess. December 2023 was the only month that I did reach my number of plays goal. Every month or bi-monthly, I set a number that I want to reach in a month or two. December was the only time I have reached my goal, and I hope we can do it again in March. This year we had so many great guests, so we're just going to run through really quick a list of people. Susan Alessandrini, Father Thomas Loya, Matteo Alessandrini, Jenny Krumdrick, Sarah Malone, Megan Murray, Josh Goodman, Ashley O'Connor, Chris Simon, Annie Norton, Deacon Kevin Plankington, Patrick Fulton, Mike and Martha Cavallari, Akram, Father Tom Coys, Jack Weiss, Kayla Harbin, Sophia Alessandrini, Rayon, Caitlin, Gabriella, Louis Alessandrini. Thank you so much to our guests. I think that's all for today. So season 4 starts today, but we're taking a spring break. We're taking a little break. We're gonna do all the things that we have to do for season 4. We're going to keep inviting phenomenal guests, and I can't wait for you guys to hear them. We're going to get a couple of podcast episodes recorded, and we will be back April 13th. So thanks for 2 years, 100 episodes, over 1,000 plays, end of season 3. Season 4 starts today, but we will be back April 13th. Ciao, babes.